Shaun Gold, everybody. The people's favorite, the one, the only. Shaun and I have known each other now. Shaun, how many years have we known each other?
Wow, it would make us look old if I said it. Do you want me to say it?
Yeah, go ahead. 20 years?
19, going on 20.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, I know today's guest from our time at the U, or as most of us know as the University of Miami, where we were lucky enough and crazy enough to show, first off, have a great time hosting some amazing parties in South Beach, in my opinion, its prime. What do I know?
Agreed.
A town known for great clubs, high times, and myself and Shaun here were total rainmakers for a brief period, and it was glorious. Right, Shaun?
What's this brief period? We still are.
There you go. See, always got to set the record straight and clear. Shaun Gold. All right, well, Shaun, listen, I'm welcome to the Global Grove. This podcast is something that I'm doing strictly to find people who've helped influence me and have good experiences, and also are, obviously relevant and are experts in their own fields. You, correct me if I'm wrong again, are probably the most successful club promoter in the history of South Beach. Can I say that? Or Miami Beach?
Wow.
Can I declare it?
I mean, you can say it, but I don't think I could accept such a title.
Okay, well then, who's better? Who did it better, or who is doing it better than you? Let's start.
I don't know. I have to see who's still alive, who's doing it better. But that's such an impressive title.
Like a club promoter or a party person that you looked up to and were like, wow, that guy's my role model? Because I feel like you kind of made the mold, and with the way technology evolved too, you were at the forefront. And let's be honest, a lot of these people who you're on competing against aren't like the sharpest tools in the shed, right?
They're not even on the property.
Right.
To be honest, there was always I started doing this young, so 16, 17 years old. I'm 18 now. Good time.
Start there, because when I met you, right, you gave me some experience. All I know is this girl's gone bananas.
Yes, it was good for its time.
I remember that because how can you ever forget it?
I mean, listen, I met you about a month, or not even a month after I turned 18. And I was already doing the nightlife stuff for 4 or 5 months. And you were one of the people that sat me down and gave me the lowdown on Miami, and especially Miami, especially the scene. So, So there was essentially you, and there was the people I worked with when I started doing parties in the Bahamas, and then there was people that I worked with that I was doing parties in South Beach. So there's a lot of I took the best parts of a lot of the different people and tried to put it together and have kind of a guide to follow. And it's funny because present company excluded, most of these people, are dropouts, drug addicts, and deadbeats. So it's kind of hard to find the best parts to follow.
And what are these people doing for people who don't understand and haven't experienced Miami Beach or club life? What are they doing?
So essentially, what the goal was to get people into the venue. So we would book VIP tables, we would book private events, we would book main magazine releases or public events and stuff like that. And essentially, we would just what I became known for was just having a guest list, an unlimited guest list, and packing the place. I mean, before me, there really wasn't someone that could come in there and say, okay, I'm going to bring 300 people. And people would always laugh and say, okay, because when they say 300 people, that's 50. Oh, you brought 50 people. Look, but I would bring 300 people or 400 or 500 or 1,000. It was always just I wanted to exceed people's expectations, and I wanted to exceed my own and prove that it could be done. And the University of Miami student body gave me that opportunity to exceed what others thought was the limit. I mean, people, I'm sure you recall, there was always the Homie Express. People would get some school buses and put some kids on and then take them to a club in South Beach. So you'd have a bus or two show up, and I would come with 10 buses, 14 buses, 15 buses. You'd have hundreds. I mean, people just walking down the block on a random Wednesday night or Tuesday night. Nobody ever saw anything like that. How is that even possible? So it kind of, when I started working with brands, because a lot of brands were just okay, we need 1,000-person guest list. Can you deliver for our event that has, open bar, free food, private celebrity, all that. I said, sure. When do you need it by? And I would just get to work and hit everybody in my network and, just go after it one after the other and pack it in. And again, very few people have ever come close to doing that because people they get annoyed. There's a threshold where they're like, it's enough, and they stop. And I never had that threshold. My threshold is like, let's keep going. There's always room for one more. Where there's a door, there's a way.